Welcome to The Know, I'm Meg Turney. Is it time to start saying goodbye to the beloved Dark Souls franchise? Well, according to a recent interview with Hidetaka Miyazaki, the creator of Dark Souls, it sounds like that might be the case. Speaking to GameSpot about the upcoming Dark Souls 3, Miyazaki said, "I don't think it'd be the right choice to continue indefinitely creating Souls and Bloodborne games. I'm considering Dark Souls 3 to be the big closure on the series." Well, that certainly sounds like we shouldn't expect a Dark Souls 4 or a Bloodborne 2, which might be kind of a shock to series fans. It also begs the question, what else will game bloggers write about if they can't talk about how hard Dark Souls is? Miyazaki, who directed most of the series besides Dark Souls 2, was promoted to president last year after the major success of the franchise, and as president, he feels it's time to start moving on to different things for the company to grow. He said, "I believe that From Software has to create new things. There will be new types of games coming from us, and Dark Souls 3 is an important marker in the evolution of From Software." Now, before players start grieving as if Miyazaki's invaded your run to Blighttown and destroyed your armor, you should know that From Software's story on this has changed more than once. Back when Namco Bandai first announced the game, they called Dark Souls 3 the series' final episode in the official press release, but then at E3 they were all like, "JK guys, it's totally not the last one." Speaking at one of E3's developer roundtables, Miyazaki indicated that while Dark Souls 3 would be a turning point for the company, they plan to make more in the series. So is it the final game in the series? Miyazaki wouldn't be the first director who want to step away from a popular franchise like Dark Souls. I mean, Hideo Kojima's done with Metal Gear Solid, and Cliff Bleszinski walked away from Gears of War, but few actually take the big step because of money, and both Bloodborne and Dark Souls have made a lot of it From Software. The Dark Souls franchise has sold over 7 million copies in its lifetime, which is more than respectable for a smallish developer. Now what about Bloodborne? The PS4 exclusive surprised even Sony with its success, selling more than 2 million units worldwide by the end of summer. Since nobody has true exclusives anymore, it's not hard to imagine a scenario where Sony walks into Miyazaki's office with a big bag of money and asks for more Bloodborne. That's how it works, right? I mean, like, companies just walk into each other's offices with cartoon bags of money. That's how I imagine it. Then they go to their boardrooms and twirl their dark mustaches and make shady deals. Yoshida wasn't twirling his mustache, but he was very enthusiastic about the potential of more partnerships with From Software. Speaking to Eurogamer at EGX, Yoshida said that it's a big bet to work with the studio, and it has paid off, and that we wish to continue to work with them. So while this certainly is a new development in From Software's Rage Quit Simulator games, it's probably not the final chapter. Dark Souls 3, arriving in March of 2016, promises to be a big seller for the developer. Many view it as a return to form for the series after a perceived dip in quality in Dark Souls 2, which is the only Souls game not directed by Miyazaki. Argue about whether or not you agree in the comments down below. But for now, the question remains, will it be Miyazaki's swan song or his song for the Dark Souls games? What do you guys think of the possibility of Dark Souls ending, and are you looking forward to Dark Souls 3? You dirty, dirty masochist, you. For the latest news in mustache twirling corporations and the Dark Souls games, of course, like this video, subscribe to The Know so you can know what we know and be in the know on this show. Argue. Hidetaka Miyazaki. Got it. Hidetaka Miyazaki.